Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's been 4 months since I last uploaded a video. I'm now really gonna try and be consistent, keep posting at least one video per week. So this time, if you've watched my first YouTube video, I talk about how I want to create this community. I want to talk about, things that, people don't really want to talk about. And I thought, like, if you want to connect with people, you want to connect with at least one person, you gotta be honest with your story. So I'm just here to talk about my bullying story. First things first, I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna mention anybody because I'm really over everything that happened in my life in the past. So I'm not gonna say any names or anything in particular that could affect somebody if somebody ever watches this video. Somebody related with this person. So yeah, let's start with the whole story. So I guess, I feel like I've always, not always been bullied in school, but I've always been made fun of a little bit when I was little. So I guess we could say that it was two moments of my life that were the very bad ones. It was in high school, in school, and then in high school. So I was studying in a school that was since you were 4 years old or something, or 3 years old actually, until you were 18 years old. So I'm gonna start with the first phase of my bullying story, and then the second phase, which was the harder one. So the first one is when I was, I think I was 13 years old or something. So I always, since I was a kid, it's always been easier for me to be friends with girls than with boys. So I always had more girlfriends than guy friends. I never really cared about it, but it's easy for kids are very cruel, so it's very easy for them to judge you for oh, you only are with girls, that's because you're also a girl and stuff, whatever. That didn't really bother me, because I don't care about those comments. So let's say it started the first phase. It started when I was 13 years old. That's the moment where I started to get along also with all the guys of my class more. I started playing football, which I never liked playing, but I liked spending time with my friends and with the guy friends of my class, because I could connect more and I felt like I was connected with them, and I actually was. So we started to be friends and stuff. So the moment of drama of this first phase was when this new guy got into the school. He was a little bit, let's say, weird. He was not weird, for me at least not, but everyone was oh, because he was not really good looking. He was very pale, and he was doing obsessed with video games, which everyone likes video games, get over it. But when you're a kid, kids are cruel, as I said before, and they just they try to pick on you with whatever they can. So he was kind of left apart from the class. And as I mentioned in my first video, I've always had a soft spot for the outcast. I guess because as I said, it's because I've always been part of it. I've always been freak or whatever you want to call it. But I never really cared, because it's what it is. That's who I am, so I really don't care. By the way, I'm sorry for the background sounds. It's my birds. They are always, every time we try to record or every time I'm talking with somebody, they sing and sing and sing, so, whatever. So I was starting playing soccer, but I was not going to the matches every Friday. So every Friday we would have a match against another school, and I would never go. And I was being, oh my god, guys, stop. So, every Friday we would have matches against, other schools, and I was not going there for a specific reason that it's not to mention, but I would go to his house to play, video games and stuff. He was very nice, really, and it wasn't until I think after a couple of months or something like that, or even maybe 4 or 5 months, that I heard that he was saying to all the other guys of the class that I was not going to the matches because I didn't want to go there, and because I wanted to play with him in his house, play video games and stuff. So all my friends from the class got mad at me. So I don't really remember how everything happened, that the truth was out. I remember that I was one day eating lunch, I think it was, and then like one of the guys came to me and started telling me like, yeah, because you don't come with us because you rather stay with them, with this guy playing video games in his house than coming with us and play with us because you don't like us. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? I never said that. It's not true. And then he said like, well, what do you mean it's not true? Like, this is what happened. Like, like, and then he told me everything that this guy was telling to all the guys of my class. And I said, no, it's not true. So I remember I started crying and stuff. All of, like, this guy started telling all the other guys what the truth was. That all of that was a lie, that I didn't want to be with them and that I didn't like them. So they talked with my teacher. My teacher like had a major anger moment. I remember like all the class was talking, like the teacher was talking to all of my class and telling them that it's not good to lie and stuff. So I remember like all the guys and I were outside of the class, the girls were inside, and then this specific guy that was saying all these lies about me, he was inside of the class, and the teacher got out. And well, like, I remember he came next to me. He was crying. He was actually sorry. He was really like crying, and then he was like, "I'm so sorry for lying and not saying the truth about you." He only wanted to be my friend, only having me and nobody else have my friendship. So I would only be his friend, and I wouldn't be friends with anybody else. So I would only have time for him, and never leave him alone. Which is not a nice way to like have a friendship, but whatever. So that's the first phase. Like after that, I really didn't care. I was still friends with him. He would still come to my house. I would still go to his house. We would be fine and stuff. All my class started like talking to me again, and that was fine. So that's the first phase of my bullying story, and then the second phase, which is the hard one. I had to redo another year for something that happened. So I was with another year of people. So I really got along with two specific guys, which also I'm not going to mention their names. We're very good friends, like very, very good friends. So, well, then something happened to somebody close to me. It was something, not necessarily, it was something bad, but not something like, I'm not going to say what it was, because it's nothing that it's for me to say. At least not now or not yet. So something happened to somebody that was close to me, and these two friends started making fun of this person. I defended this person because he was very close to me, very, very close, and they got mad at me because I was not supporting them and I was supporting this other person, which made no sense. So they got mad at me and they started to tell like the other guys from the other class, to like come and make fun of this specific person and stuff, and I got really mad. It really hurt me because it was somebody, as I said, very, very close. And well, these two friends, they started to like make even more fun and so like until we got to a point where we stopped talking, and then they started making fun of me and attacking me and like at the beginning I didn't really care because I still had my other friends, but still like it hurts when like people keep on like picking on you and picking and attacking you for no reason, and attacking somebody else that's going through something that's very hard for no reason, just for fun. I guess this does not justify any type of behavior, especially when it's about making fun about somebody else when somebody's going through something. But I remember, I think that they were doing this because they wanted to like be the popular guys and stuff. So they were going to the popular guys to like tell them to make fun of me and this person that was close to me. So well, then at the end, it got very bad because I remember I started telling all my teachers like, hey, this is not good. Like this cannot keep going like this. So I remember I was once like talking with one of my teachers. And because like they really started to pick up on me, like they actually got to the point that during the weekends they would come to my house to call me names, So I remember the feeling after they would like come to my house. I would be like, I don't know, like reading a book or playing video games or whatever, or just being with my family. And I remember like they would like ring on like the doorbell and like you pick the phone like, okay, who's this? And they would start like calling me names and stuff. I remember the feeling. It was terrible. I remember it was like you feel like super attacked because it's like it's your personal space, like your house, and it's like on your spare time. It's not like you're in the school. So coming to your house when you're fine and you're not, you don't have to feel attacked. I mean, you don't have to feel attacked in any place. You don't have to feel attacked in the school or in the high school or wherever. But especially when you're in your house and when you're with your family and with people that love you, it's really a very hard feeling. So I remember I would like feel sick to my stomach. I would feel like dizzy. I would feel like my heart was beating super fast when these situations would happen. It wouldn't happen every single weekend, but it would happen like maybe 2 weekends per month. Maybe for a whole month they wouldn't do anything. I don't know. So, well, whatever. So I remember I was talking with my teacher, like one of my teachers. We had like this alone time, and my teacher was telling me like, I mean, that's when my teacher actually said for the first time that it was bullying, you know. And I remember thinking like, no, this is not bullying. Like, this is not that bad. Like, this is not that hard. Like, because I remember like I've always known what bullying is. I've always heard about it at the point of my life, and I would be like, I remember like when he said that word, bullying. I remember like this cannot be happening to me. Like, this cannot be really like that bad to be considered bullying. But it actually was. But I just never thought that it was happening to me. So I remember I was like really speechless of like, wow. Like, I'm just realizing it was like if I was blindfolded and like I could like see things of like, okay, this is where your life is right now. You're being bullied to the point that, you know, all the school has to be involved to stop this thing. But they never really did anything, because school, no matter what, like what school you're attending to, they can only help so much, you know. And the teachers back in that time, they really didn't care. I remember, I have one example. I remember they were drawing this person that was going through a hard time. They were drawing the person saying, oh, it's crazy, oh, like making really mean comments. And I got into the class and I was like, dude, stop. So I remember I got out of the class and I saw one teacher. And it's funny because it was like the Christian class teacher, you know? So the religion, like, let's learn about God and stuff. And I stopped her and I was like, hey, they're really making fun of this person. Can you make them stop? So they erased the drawing before she got in. And then I remember clear as day, she was like, Manu, honestly, I think you're getting this too into your head. This is all in your head. This is not happening for real. They're not really making fun of this person. It's all in your head. And I remember literally these two guys were next to the teacher, laughing, dying, like laughing, and they were like, yeah, it's all in your head, like it's all in your head, like get over it. We didn't do any drawings, we were not making fun. And the teacher was literally like, man, just get over it. It's not as you think it is. It doesn't all revolve about this situation, you know. I remember I was like, how can a teacher that's especially meant to be like, oh, like, you know, just not be supporting something, or at least giving me like the, like, I don't know, like the doubt, the chance of the doubt, or like, I don't know, just like think about me, like think how, if I'm coming to you and you see me that sad, you know, something must be happening. So whatever, I remember that I got to a point where I really just wanted everything to stop. And I remember it was a Friday, no, it was a Wednesday, and I called my like one of these two guys, because it's always like one of the guys is like the strong one and the one that's doing everything, and then you have like the dog following the other one and doing what the other one wants to do. So I called this one, which was actually my really best friend back before everything happened, and I apologized. For some reason I wanted to apologize, and I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry for like everything that's happening. Back in that moment, we were not talking in the school anymore. He would only talk to me to make fun of me and, you know, insult me, call me names. And I remember I called him and I was like, hey, I really have not a clear idea of what's going on or of what's happening. So can we just, I'm sorry, can we just move on and just be fine? And I remember he said like, yeah, like, okay, let's move on. Like we're fine, we're friends again. But I'd rather, you know, keep the no talking in the school, in high school, because it's like I'd rather keep the situation how it is instead of like, you know, talking in the class. So I said, okay, like, sounds fair, which is 100% not fair, but I accept it, you know. And then so as he asked, I didn't talk to him in the class, I didn't in school time or anything, and things just got worse, like way worse. So they started being friends with, you know, other guys from other schools. Because like in the area that I live in Barcelona, it's the area with more schools, you know, around. So they really got started like having friends and stuff from other schools, which I didn't. I mean, I had my friends from the school and that's it. And basically they had those guys come to my place to insult me. So people that didn't even know me, they would come to my house and call me names, you know, and make fun of me. So I really started like having anxiety and having problems, like, you know, related with, you know, bullying related basically. And well, I started like talking with more teachers and stuff. It didn't seem like anything was going to finish ever. Like, but when you're in the moment of the bullying, it honestly feels like it's never gonna end. And honestly, I don't really know. I honestly don't really know how everything stopped. I know this person that I was really worried about got better. You know, everything was better. So like, I don't know. It just eventually with time, like I think like after 1 year or two, everything started to be better. But yeah, I mean, I stopped seeing this guy, so it was fine. I mean, I still saw him in school, but you know, it was fine. It got to a point where they stopped coming to my house, they stopped, you know, doing all these things, because they were more interested in getting high. My advice to whoever that's going through bullying would be, stay strong. It is gonna go through, it's gonna finish, it's gonna be better, especially when you go to college or high school, and you finish high school. Everything's going to be better. You're gonna find people that you connect with, and you're gonna stop seeing these people, so you know, it's really fine. Being bullied in school really made me who I am right now, have the values that I have of respect to other people and stuff, so I honestly don't have any bad feelings against these people. I honestly really wish that the people that bullied me back at the time are fine, that they have no problems in life, that their kids never are bullied in school, so they don't have to deal with this situation with their kids. Being bullied really made me be who I am right now, and I love who I am. I love the values that I have. I love, you know, thank God I had this big support system that I have at home, which is my family and my really close friends. Being bullied also makes you realize who is really your friend and who is really not. Because these two guys that were my friends, technically, they were really not my friends. You know, they like left me alone for no reason. Just for not wanting to make fun of somebody that was going through a hard time. So it really makes you see and put things in perspective, and then, you know, see who is really going to be there for you in the hard times. So I'm still friends with the people that were there for me. They are still my best friends, so it's a good thing. So yeah, my advice for whoever that's going through such a bad thing, like bullying is to just, you know, find the people that make you be happy, ignore the others. I know it is especially even harder now because now you have old social media. So back in the time we also had social media. I remember, like, you know, through Messenger, which is super old. They will also insult me. They will call me names and stuff. And it was very hard because, like, when you would sign in to like talk with your friends, you will have conversations of them open, like insulting you, making fun of you. So I know I am totally aware that it's way harder now. Because you have social media, so they can really attack you from home. You know, when you're at home, it's way easier than just coming to your house and, you know, like calling you names. But yeah, my advice is stay strong, stay with the friends that are really your friends. Find a happy place, whatever it is. Maybe it would be a book, reading books in general, a show, whatever. Just find something that really makes you be happy and makes you feel relaxed. And just seriously just forget people that just come for you, because at the end of the day, you know, that is not the people you want to have in your life, so don't have them in your mind because they're not worth it, and you are worth it. So if you have any problems, I'm going to leave the description below different numbers that you can call at if you're being bullied in different countries, actually, because I don't know who's going to be watching this video, so I'm going to post down in the description box links to call the different, you know, hotlines to help if you're dealing and you're going through bullying, you can also message me directly if you want. But yeah, stay strong. You are a very strong human being, I'm sure. God is only going to give you, you know, everything that you can deal with. And if you're going through this, you're going to get over this. Trust me, I have been over this. Everyone that I know that has been, you know, bullied in the school has been able to be over the situation. So if one person can do it, no matter what, you are going to be able to get over the situation, whatever it is. So stay strong, be happy, find your happy place, stay with your friends, the real ones, and if you don't have any, you have one here. Okay? So thank you for watching. If you like this video, or if you would, you know, if you would want me to go even deeper into, like, you know, everything that they would tell me and stuff, leave a comment below. If you want me to talk about a specific subject, also leave a comment below. Hit like to the video and subscribe to the channel if you liked it. And if you want to watch more of my content, just stay tuned. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.